Hi again, everyone. Scott Pyre, Popcore fan here, and in this video, what I want to talk about is actually in anticipation for the upcoming The Flash movie. I want to talk about the inevitable competition between Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and The Flash, and mostly in regards to box office, but also how the movies are sort of similar to each other in a way. Uh, and what I mean by that is, you in my review for the Across the Spider-Verse, I've mentioned that the movie is like a love letter to the Spider-Man brand, not just to the movies, but also to the TV shows and the video games. It's really cool what that movie was able to do in regards to having Easter eggs and references to all these different Spider-Man things within the brand itself, because Spider-Man is the most popular superhero of all time. And also, on the other side of the spectrum, in regards to DC, the upcoming Flash movie, it's gonna do something a little bit similar, where this upcoming movie, it's also sort of addressing the multiverse a little bit, but also being a little bit more like a time travel film in a way, and it will be very much similar to what Across the Spider-Verse did. It's going to be sort of a love letter to the DC movies as a whole, not just the DC EU movies from these past several years, but also from DC movies back in the day, like the Batman movies, the Batman 1989 and Batman Returns. Michael Keaton, he's going to be back in this upcoming Flash movie, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him again. I can't wait for him. And also the fact that there's been a couple Flash TV shows, but a Flash movie has been in production for a very, very, very long time, ever since the 1980s, believe it or not. So, and it never happened until now. We're finally getting this upcoming Flash movie being directed by Andy Muschietti, who also directed the two It movies. And going into this upcoming movie, it is going to have some stiff competition, not just with Spider-Man, but also Transformers. That's also coming out, I believe, this weekend. And then also Indiana Jones, when that comes out at the end of the month. This is a pretty stacked month, isn't it? Between Spider-Man, Transformers, The Flash, Indiana Jones, all these big movies. And, the two that are probably going to compete the most are, in fact, Spider-Man and The Flash movie. And I've heard some really good reviews so far for The Flash movie. Pretty much everyone I've heard talking about the movie have really just said that the movie really is like a love letter to DC movies as a whole, and that's really cool to see. Similar to what the Spider-Man film did. And I've heard that the movie will be very much kind of like a swan song to the DCU as well, sort of bookending this era of DC films that we've had for the past decade, really, since Man of Steel, but also usher in a new era of DC films that are being treated and taken care of by James Gunn. So I think all that's really fascinating. And going into this upcoming Flash movie, there's going to be a lot of I'm sure there's going to be a lot of debate as to how many people are actually going to see this movie, mainly because of a lot of things that have been going on, like, not just with the pandemic, but also things going on with the lead actor, Ezra Miller. They've had a lot of problems, and they've done quite a few things. I'm not going to talk about that really here, but, Ezra Miller, there's been a lot of bad press in regards to him, and I could see why some people might not see the Flash movie because of him. But this movie, like I've said, we have Michael Keaton as Batman. Ben Affleck is also back as Batman. We have Supergirl. This movie is doing a lot, similar to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, because Across the Spider-Verse, that was also doing a lot with its story being, a follow-up to Into the Spider-Verse, addressing the multiverse a little bit more, and then also still focusing on Miles Morales and his personal journey throughout the film, and I think it's rather fascinating how these movies can kind of be compared to a little bit. But granted, the Spider-Verse movie, animated, Flash movie, live action. Live action movies tend to, be seen more than animated movies do. But still, that doesn't mean it doesn't mean much though, because Spider-Man is a massive brand. So it's, because Batman, he's also very popular, but Spider-Man a lot more popular than Batman, I think. But alas, these two movies are going to be facing quite a bit of competition between each other, and then also other movies coming out surrounding them. So it's all rather interesting. And who's gonna win? Or which movie will do better at the box office? Will it be Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse or The Flash? Well, I mean, so far, as of now, the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse has already, it's already doing so well at the box office right now, and it's going to continue making money. And then the Flash movie, I'm sure, and we'll see how it goes. If a lot of people see it, awesome. If some people don't see it because of Ezra Miller and other stuff, that probably will happen. But we'll see how the box office results go for The Flash. And granted, like I've said, this movie is getting some really good reviews, and that's a good thing. And I think what they were doing with the marketing for the Flash movie was interesting, because they focused a lot more on Michael Keaton and the other characters, like Sasha as her character Supergirl, Kara, and they're trying to focus a little bit more on them in the marketing than Ezra Miller's Flash. And I think that's smart, but obviously this movie is going to primarily be about Barry Allen, and I can't wait to see it. I'm really excited for this Flash movie. I really am. It looks like it is going to be really solid, and I cannot wait. So that should do it for this video. Just sort of a Spider-Man vs. Flash video in regards to box office. I definitely think that, if you ask me, I think Spider-Man might do better than the Flash movie, just in regards to some of the backlash behind Ezra Miller, just mainly because of that. But I'm really excited for the movie though, nonetheless. And I will catch you guys again very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.